The Olympic Games are just over 6 months away, and already the coaches of the qualified Rugby Sevens teams are looking at every option to boost their chances of winning a gold medal in Rio. That includes slotting in international stars from the 15-man game as a part of their World 7 Series campaign in order to select the best 12 players for the sporting showpiece later this year, something that doesn't surprise Supersport.com rugby editor Brendan Nell.
It was always going to happen with the Olympics. The stakes are high. Every country wants to get the Olympic medal. So you use what you have. And if you've got an asset that can, or a rugby player that can add value, you use them.
The seasoned rugby scribe feels that it is a trend that will continue around the big events like the Olympics and Commonwealth Games. But in the case of the South African Sevens team, they have done it correctly and, more importantly, had the buy-in from the players who have moved from 15s to 7s.
When these big tournaments come around, we'll see it happening again. But I think in Cheslin and Joan de Jong's case, they've played sevens before, so they know what's expected. They can get those fitness levels up. A guy like Bryan Habana, who's been playing in the cold in Europe, to now suddenly slot into sevens culture, it's going to take a little bit more. But they're talented players. They've got the skills.
Players from the 15-man game coming across to sevens is not a new phenomenon. The lure of an Olympic gold medal is something all athletes aspire to in their careers. So it's no wonder that rugby's rock stars are now making their way across to sevens rugby. The big question, though, what happens to those contracted sevens players that have to make way for the big names of the game?
That's how cruel a game can become. It is, ultimately a team sport, and the team comes for the individuals. And unfortunately, certain people will miss out. At the cost of the guys that are coming in from 15s probably. But, with the gold medal around their necks, I think a lot of guys will look at it and say, listen, we had to do what we had to do to get the gold medal.
At the end of the day, it's all about winning the inaugural Rugby Sevens tournament at the Olympics. If it means leaning on the bigger name players to win the coveted gold, then so be it. And if at the same time it helps to grow the game in areas that the 15s can't, then it is rugby that is indeed the overall winner. CS du Plessis, CCTV, Pretoria.